What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And I know everybody was blowing up my comments. Oh, X, Y, and Z said there's no Hellcat coming for the Charger. Oh, X, Y, and Z said this. Look, we're going to talk about all that and more. I'm going to talk about the race pack. I'm going to talk about an insane amount of horsepower in the current configuration of the Charger that they're doing. But as let me put it like this, because this is my guy Racer X. Is my guy Racer X wrong about what he's been told? No. Could plans have changed at Dodge because they can't figure out how to align or how to have the catalytic converters for the exhaust and make the exhaust work with this car, where it's, you know, financially feasible to do it? Sure, I mean, something could have changed, but I know what they just showed some friends of mine in the press at the investor day or whatever, right after the Rumblebee event. So yeah, the current configuration of the Charger, could it end up being 6-pack only? Probably. It's possible. We're going to talk about all that and more right after this. Guys, before we get into today's video, we got to talk about the giveaway that's going on the channel. The Ram 3500 closed out last night. That truck was extremely successful. Appreciate you guys for tapping in on that, and that has completely closed out. So we'll be doing an announcement on that truck here shortly. The Durango Hellcat with the trailer and the 1973 Plymouth Satellite, that entire package is still up, and because it's the only thing that we have up there currently on the site, we did go ahead and launch some extra entries that are on there for it, where it's sitting up there solo. And there is a, you know, the 250x multiplier is up there, and it is discounted if you use coupon code TK250. And we're going to have, like, you can go check out the site, link in the description down below, tk'sgarage.bigcartel.com, and it will have, go check out the amount of extra entries and stuff that we've posted up there. It is going to be up there until the end of July 4th. So it'll be today, when you're seeing this video, July 3rd, July 4th, and, you know, going into July 5th, at some point on the 5th of July, those extra entries or they could sell out before the 5th of July. They're limited in quantity. And you can go check all that stuff out on the site, tk'sgarage.bigcartel.com, if you want to get in on that Durango Hellcat, which is pretty dope. All right, let's talk about this. So yes, I saw all of the posts, all of the comments, and if you guys remember, I saw, well, you know, we saw the race pack, right? That's what it was called. And they had that Charger with powered by SRT over the top. And I was like, damn, that's weird. And we were told that that was a Hemi or a Hellcat. Well, what I'm being told, you know, what come to find out what's going on with that is, there is going to be a Hellcat Charger, but it may be a Daytona. It may be a Super B. It may have that SRT wing, and it's going to be different. So it's not bad information, but it's going to be different than what was shown, or what's currently the Charger, okay? And evidently they're changing something with the platform to make that possible. Now, if you guys follow me on Instagram, and some of you guys have seen it, I was literally in the shop yesterday. Why? I think I posted an image of the engine in the bay as well. We just got done dropping a Demon engine in the 6-pack Charger. no problems. Fits. Now, does, we're using this for race purposes. Am I able to get the cats to fit and run the exhaust? No. I mean, if I wanted to cut away at the structure of the car, maybe I could figure out how to make that fit. But that's not what we did. We just literally piped. We're just literally piping out the side, through the fenders in the car. So, and if you guys haven't heard that yet, I recommend you going over to my Instagram at TK's Garage, and you can hear this car start for the first time. It was a pain in the ass, and no, I didn't get any help from engineers. I didn't have to. I was almost close to having to like kiss ass and be nice and hit Dodge up to be like, can you please help us make this work? But it's coming along, so you guys will get to see something on that soon, so stay tuned. But if I'm able to drop a Demon engine and a 6-pack Charger, why would they not do it at Stellantis? Look, the numbers don't lie, and I know we're going to do a video. I need to do a video today on those numbers at the conclusion of Q2. They're great. Ram is single-handedly like dragging its nuts and fucking basically supporting the whole fucking company. Let's just be honest. All right. Chrysler did really good too, but do a video on that later. I think, if you want me to be honest, that you're going to see a Daytona Charger with a wing, which my friends who are actually accredited press, okay, at least one of them that actually got an opportunity to see this fucking thing, I don't think they're making that to be like, oh yeah, we're going to make this thing with this big ass wang and we're going to fucking put a Hurricane in it. No, not going to fucking happen. They're going to bring that muscle car out. They're going to put a Hellcat in that Daytona or that Super B, whatever they call it, okay? And it's going to have that wang. You're also going to have the, the Copperhead / CUDA. Going to have a bunch of power. Hyper muscle car, that's what he called it. If you don't remember what Tim said. The current version of the Charger, maybe they do this race pack version only. From what I can see now is they may take that existing version of the Charger, the way that it looks now, and you guys hate the wang. But you know what I like about that though? If the big ass wang is the only one that gets the Hellcat, it keeps people from doing fraud. Meaning they're not going to be able to just up badge a fucking 6-pack. Can't do it. It don't got the wang on it. Stop committing fraud, bro. So that's probably what is actually going to happen. And in terms of the race pack, yeah, we've all seen what the Hurricane can do. Shout out to my guy John at Boosted Motorsports. Him and Ultra SRT right now are doing some insane shit with like full motor fucking breakdowns, and well, especially John. John done broke down the whole fucking Hurricane, so I don't know what he's gonna bring to roadkill. I know what I'm bringing, and it's 1,000 horsepower. That's what I'm bringing. I'm bringing belt to ass. So, now is that Charger gonna put that power? Is it gonna be able to put the power down to the street? We'll see. We did get to move it yesterday. It got to move under its own power. So, like I said, work on that is coming along, and I'm running out of time. Like it's July. It's about 4th of July, and the event is August 8th. I need that car done by like the 18th or 19th of this month of July, so I can road test it and do all this other shit and make sure that it's good. Because you know me, like if it's something like that, I'm not putting it on a trailer. I'm just going to drive it, and we're going to make content. I'm not going to debut the car. I had a lot of people saying like, oh, well, when are you going to debut the car? I'm going to debut the car at Roadkill Nights. That's where we would debut it. That's the purpose of building the fucking car. So, and for everybody else that's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Listen, I'm not getting paid. I saw y'all's fucking comments. I can tell you right now, and so can the executives, and I can show you my fucking bank account. I didn't get paid by Dodge to build this car. Matter of fact, they're probably mad that I'm building this car. Because if they are going to try to keep this thing as a fucking Hurricane, they're going to be pissed. Because I got a demon engine in it. Because it's going to make everybody else be on some, oh, fuck, well, look, he was able to do it. So, they're not going to be pissed. They don't give a fuck. They think it's awesome. But I didn't get paid. I don't have a budget. Dodge didn't say, hey, here's X amount of money, build this car. I didn't get that. I had to source the engine myself. I had to fucking get the title and the paperwork for that fucking engine because I'm not trying to play that game. And then, you know, I had to do all this shit on my own. So, anywho's, do I think they could change plans and there's no hellcat in the they don't put a hellcat in the Charger? Yeah. Do I think they could put another V8 in the regular Charger? Yep. What have I been saying? Remember everybody told me I was wrong. They said they're not gonna put a 5.7. It's gonna be a hellcat only. Yes, in the Daytona or the Super B or whatever they're gonna call this thing with the massive wang, yes, it's gonna be a hellcat powered probably only vehicle. But the race pack's probably gonna be 850 to 1,000 horsepower Hurricane. It would not surprise me at all. And that car is going to make a shit ton of power, and it's going to be fast. No, there's no way around it. And like I said, as a BMW guy as well as a Dodge guy, I don't have a problem with the inline six in a car. I don't believe that shit in the truck is gay. We're not Ford. We do not need to, you know, take loads. All right, the purpose of a truck is to carry loads, pull loads. You're not supposed to take loads. Somebody's going to get that. Some people won't. Y'all figure it out. But this is not a shot at my guy or whatever at Racer X. No, I'm sure he had a long conversation with Matt or somebody else on the team there at Dodge that. And that's see, here's the one thing I've learned about dealing with like the different executives or even some of my sources at the board of directors, right? They will tell you shit, and it's like they call it lying by omission. All right, I've been in intelligence for 20 plus years, right? So yeah, they'll be like, oh yeah, we're not putting the hellcat in this car. No, but they'll put a 5.7 in that car just to give people what they want, which is a Hemi. It's going to be slower than the Hurricane for sure. But as you saw what Tim said with the Rumble Bee on Jay Leno's garage, yeah, we're going to sell a ton of these because with direct connection, you know, you get into that car at around 60, you put another 10 grand into a supercharger and something else on it, which we already know they can do with the drag pack, right? It's a 5.7 with a big Whipple on it. We know that they could do that with the 5.7. I would not shock me to see them put a 5.7 Hemi, and is that what the race pack was that they saw? That, you know, the pictures that we had on the lot. Maybe it had that big single turbo Hurricane too. I don't know. I know how much power that platform makes, but I also know it's not about power. It's not about how fast the car is either. Okay, people want the Hemi sound. If you look at the sales at Ram, it is not rocket science. There is one reason and one reason only that Ram has turned around and is outselling everybody else: the Hemi. Now, all right, can't make the hellcat fit in the current Charger in terms of, you know, the exhaust, right? All right. They're going to 5.7 it. They'll 5.7 it and offer some type of, you know, like DC 650 situation with the Ram, right? It wouldn't surprise me in the least. And I'm sure they'll have naturally aspirated just 5.7s, and people will be happy. They will not be able to keep those on the lot. That said, we know that the SRT version is coming. They just showed it to actual big time, I'm talking about big time press. With no cameras or electronics or whatever, right? But that car was there with that big ass fucking wang. I guarantee you that car, that's a Hellcat. So could they be not lying to my guy Racer X when they say, yeah, this current, and listen to the words, this current version of the Charger won't get a Hellcat engine. This current version of the Charger won't get a Hellcat engine. Okay. But you didn't say it's not going to get a 5.7. You didn't say it's not going to get a 6.4. So you're probably going to put a 5.7 in there and put a Whipple or put a supercharger on the fucking thing. And or you're going to drop the Hellcat in the Daytona / Super B, whatever that thing gets called, the SRT version of the Charger. And if you go back to that Jay Leno interview, Tim said what? Oh, we got a bunch of stuff coming for the Charger. I guarantee you there's going to be all different types of derivatives and shit coming for that car. Is the race pack going to be slow? No. But I don't care. I can tell you, and I'm not like a Hemi purist, it's Hemi or fucking... look, that car can make 1,200 horsepower. People that want the V8 do not give a fuck. They won't buy it. All right? They're not going to buy the race pack because it sounds like shit. The Hurricane... Now, if you delete the exhaust, you know, like the Hurricane engine straight piped sounds like a BMW with a popcorn tune. 100%. Like you can have some fun with that car. Man, I'm telling you, that race pack's going to be interesting for sure, right? But I don't see them having Hurricane only for that platform. And you know, like when I got the stuff that I got yesterday to leak where it was like 60th anniversary, blah, 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 Hellcat, I'm willing to bet you they're going to be like Dodge Charger Daytona 60th anniversary Hellcat or Super B, whatever they're going to call it. I don't doubt that for a second. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think about this? Do you think they're going to not do a Hellcat at all? Look, have I been wrong before? It's rare. Very rare. And unless something drastically changed at the company where they just decided what they just showed the press, fuck it, we're not going to make it, and the current Charger, we're just going to leave with an inline 6, well, they're going to keep stacking up on lots. Dealers can't sell those fucking things because nobody wants a fucking inline 6. Look, I think it's a great platform. I've driven it. I was a hater. I didn't like the fucking shit. I definitely didn't like the electric shit. But after driving the electric shit multiple fucking times, I mean, it's still an unreliable platform. I'm sorry. It's got fucking problems. So if you want a car that you got to tinker with or whatever, then buy that EV shit. But I wouldn't buy it. That's just me, okay? But the 6-pack, like I told you, I drove one brand new. They brought me one with 3 miles on it. I drove that fucker all over the fucking state. Great car. Took it to the BMW event. Had the BMW guys like, damn, this platform is cool as hell. You know, I don't think it's bad, right? I think it's a good platform. I think it just has to be what it is, though. And I can guarantee you this. They don't bring a Hellcat engine in this version of the Charger, and they only bring a 5.7. I will bet you any amount of money. I would even put up a bet for half my shares of Stellantis that I have, which is a lot, by the way. I would bet you massive money that 5.7 outsells the Hurricane at least 2-1 in the first quarter that they're both available. Not even fucking close. Just facts. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.